Hi there, and thanks for joining us again on Ask the Experts. Today we're going to talk about saving reports in Global Mapper, and we're going to do so via the Lidar Compare Tool. So the data I'm loading here is 2 point clouds, one from the USGS, which we're going to treat as our control point cloud, and then a photogrammetric point cloud of the same region that we created in pixels to points. This happens to be a golf course, and you'll see as I zoom in here, and we'll take a look at a profile view in a second. A drone flight doesn't always have the highest location accuracy, especially for just using built-in GPS. For example, here, we can see an offset between the 2 point clouds. And what I want to do is to compare and generate a report for how far off the photogrammetric point cloud is from the point cloud that we're using as our control, which is traditional LiDAR. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and open the Lidar Compare Tool. Again, my control point cloud will be the LiDAR from the USGS, and the one that I am comparing will be the photogrammetric point cloud here. I have a few settings I can adjust in terms of what sort of sample spacing and search I want in terms of my comparisons. And then otherwise, I want to make sure that I am generating a report and coloring my point cloud based on difference here. Rather than waiting for this to run, what I'll do is go ahead and open a completed version just because it can take a minute to run sometimes. And what we see here is my point cloud colored by offset. And we'll see the areas of the yellow, orange to red are areas that look like they may be farther offset from the original point cloud. Not surprising, a lot of this is around trees and taller vegetation, something that very much moves and is dynamic when collecting data. So, we expect to see that there. Then it looks like we have a little bit of an offset on the flatter part of the golf course here as well. Not quite sure why that happened. I can zoom in then and take a look at this data, just the changed points. And so I can see now these points are points that are farther than the tolerance that I set. So I'm not necessarily thinking that these are part of my original point cloud, but rather farther out than the tolerance that I was looking for. In this case, there's so many probably because I didn't use a ground control for the sample data. So the photogrammetric point cloud is just a little farther off. But as a result, I can save out my distance report and a text version of that as well. So it shows me my offsets and how those values are distributed. We see I set that threshold to 5 meters. So again, here, anything in the 1 to 5 meter offset is showed on the graph, and then anything beyond that 5 meters is what we see back on that screen there in gray. So thanks for joining us today. Please feel free to take a look on our website for any more content we have related to LiDAR Compare and saving reports. Thanks.